All right. Rather brief, unlike the Clash in Paris. But Jim, the main event from Clash in Paris had a big ending with Becky Lynch coming out dressed as a ninja to attack CM Punk. This happened after Rollins notably yelled very loudly right into the camera, right into the mic. Well, not into the mic, but the mic, they mic'd it up pretty good so you can get it.
Yeah.
I hate you. I hate your whole family. So they were bringing the family aspect into this. And that continued on Raw. And coincidentally enough, it's the only thing we watched from WWE Raw this week.
Well, because we wanted to keep a positive outlook. We wanted to be upbeat. This was the greatest thing that I've seen in a week or two on wrestling television. This was the best interview segment in months. They're going to make money with this thing. This is setting up for, I don't know what premium live event that it might all culminate in or whatever, but this is a big time fucking deal because it works and people know it's real and they want to see the women fight and the whole 9 yards. This is the way to have a personal issue and to use not intergender, but mixed tag team matches to draw money instead of just to take up space on the card. Punk was there. They're still in Paris. They'll never leave Paris. They'll always have Paris.
There's a lot of people there. When you saw Punk come out and you saw the size of the stage, it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jeez. And again, Punk comes out. It's the night after he's got screwed. You know, the title, Becky hit him in the nuts, whatever, and he's pissed off. And he calls Seth Rollins out. I want to talk man to man. And Seth's music hits and the people are going crazy and they're, whoa. And it's Becky. Becky comes out dressed as Seth Rollins. And they whoed anyway. And both of these, I was about to say both these guys, both of these people, actually one person and a woman, they believed what they were saying. It was natural. They were having an argument. Punk didn't want to do that. You know, I'm not going to do this with you. What is this? I know what you're trying to pull here. He didn't want to be sniping with the guy's wife that he hates. But the guy's wife is just eating him up verbally. You know, I'm pissed that you lie about my husband, the father of my child, and blah, blah, blah. Punk's like, your husband is a coward. But both of them had passion, and the fans were into it, and they were listening. They were reacting to what was being said. They weren't chanting for people and amusing themselves or fake booing over the heel because that's the cool thing to do. Becky was getting heat with these people because she was doing a great job. She was losing it. I started a revolution. And the fans are like, shut the fuck up. And they're still trying to bleep the fucks. This is Netflix and we're getting fuck bleeped, but over on TBS, they just say fuck 40 times. And, you know, so anyway, it was a great confrontation. When she got finished, Punk fired back at her. The fans were with him. And he lowered the boom on her. He's hiding behind it on him through her. He's a coward. He's hiding behind his wife. And the only thing you did wrong was you got bad taste and you married a bum. And he said, with me and him, it will never be over. And then Seth walks out in the entranceway with no music. The fans still whoa, right? And I've been looking for you all night, Punk. Come here and say it to my face. And Punk tries to get out of the ring to go, and Becky's blocking him off. And Punk finally gets around Becky, but he sees that Seth has turned and walked out. And as Punk gets ready to turn back around, Becky slapped him about 174 times. At first, she slapped him in the face hard. Then she slapped him a couple of lighter ones. Then she paintbrushed him like I did to Santino Marella. Then she hammered on his chest. Then she headbutted his sternum bone. She was trying to get him to hit her. And the great thing about this was, instead of being that goofy, phony, oh, Cody's got the belt and a chance to level the guy that's fucked him around, but he's too moral to do it and he throws it down, you could see from Punk's face that he was thinking, I'm going to hit this fucking bitch. Oh, God damn it, there's witnesses. He wanted to, he would have if they'd have been alone. That on his face and by his reaction saved him from being a goddamn pussy. And as he turns to leave, he says, I'm going to make Seth regret cashing in on me, and you're going to regret putting your hands on me. And the people are like, whoa. And he turns around to leave, and she taunts him all the way out on the microphone. Get out of here. Go on. Get out. You're nothing. What an annoying bitch. I mean, it was like every domestic argument that any guy has ever had. You wanted him to turn around and just choke the fucking life out of her and shut her the fuck up. And that is exactly what he can't do because he's a guy. If only he had a wife that knew how to wrestle, that could come in there and yank a knot in Becky Lynch's tail while he was beating up Seth Rollins. Well, that would be swell. This is perfect.
This is when they swerve everyone and reveal that he's married to Nia Jax.
Hey, no, goddamn! Oh, come on now. But no, this is perfect. This is money. This is the best promo segment's been on TV in forever. And they can make this the main event of WrestleMania if they want to. Because instead of four ways and goofiness and fucking furniture and stupid shit, we get a guy and his wife mad at a guy and his wife. That's all you need.
You know, I was prepared to not like any of this because I haven't been a fan of the CM Punk Rollins stuff in a while. I've said it before. I think Rollins is almost the weak link in this whole Heyman, Braun, and Bronson thing. They've kind of excelled when Rollins isn't there. However, you know, just when I was prepared to say enough of this, you know, this certainly isn't Punk and Drew. The Becky thing, and at the pay-per-view, I wasn't really into it, but
it was a rotten finish. The idea of putting them together, okay, but it was just a rotten finish.
You know, they tease the AJ thing as soon as Rollins yells out about, you know, I hate your whole family. Because who else could that be? Unless, you know, all of a sudden it's a cousin Junior. I never told anyone about him.
Poor Larry didn't do anything to anybody.
So they teased the whole thing there, but Monday night, it came together, and at the same time, I've been sick of Becky Lynch, and part of it may be that she was in that feud with Lyra Valkyria. That just didn't do it. Is anyone clamoring for Lyra right now? You don't hear anything. So I haven't really, and Becky's match with Nikki Bella was a fucking atrocious spectacle.
Yeah.
However, she won me over, not even just what you said, just the nagging and the getting on him, and especially when he was leaving, and his face. But when Punk started telling her off, she had a facial expression. I can't even explain it. But it was the most real looking, bitchy, angry, yet still trying to keep control. It was an incredible look that she was giving him. And she wasn't talking. And I was just blown away by this thing. Now they have to deliver. You know, for a while, fans have been clamoring for AJ Lee to return. I don't know if they'll call her AJ Lee. I don't know what they'll call her exactly. Maybe they will.
Well, wasn't that her name the last time she was on his program?
Well, but if you're bringing her in as the wife of someone.
What is it, Becky Rollins?
Well, that's true. Well, he's not even Rollins, but I get your point.
Well, that's even better then.
But
let's just call him Frick and Frack. I don't care. Just book the match.
You know, this is like world-class esque, the good of world class, like 83 Jimmy Garvin with valets esque. Like you believe it, you can get into it. It's not everything silly, but AJ Lee has to return and kick some ass. She can't come out skipping. That's my only other thought. Yeah, that was her whole thing, like skipping to the right. She needs to come out there looking for blood. This woman's
I mean, you know, even if she was advised otherwise by anybody else, her husband is the mastermind behind this type of thing. I would think that they will have the proper responses.
You had an interesting thought. You know, I said it before. I think Heyman and the other guys have excelled when Rollins isn't there. Do you think they should use this as a chance to separate them? You know, not like in an obvious way, but Heyman's, I guess, hurt. I don't know. Well, we don't really have a medical update on Heyman after he got choked out, but if he has Becky, unless Becky's going to be managed by Heyman too, but it seems like that's unnecessary.
Well, now, see, that's the thing. They don't need to separate, but does the chairman of the board of Exxon pump the gas too? Does Paul have to be everywhere? Even if he's the oracle behind the group or whatever, Becky is with Seth. Paul is with the Bronze. Occasionally they have a group picture taken. I mean, you don't see Paul, or you don't need to see Paul out there 2 or 3 times a night. What happens when Bronson Reed has a match, Braun Breaker has a match, and Seth Rollins has a match? Poor Paul will have a stroke. You can't overwork a man in his condition. Let him come out with the Bronze to get them over as main event guys. He's got an alliance with Seth, but Becky can be Seth's dedicated corner person, and she doesn't have to come out with the Bronze. It's a great package. And again, that's a way to take a girl that can talk, that is still, she's been wrestling a while. She might not want to do this a lot longer. She's very slightly built, but goddamn, she can get some fucking heat. That's a main event package. It's more important than her being one of the 30 girl wrestlers when she can be one of one doing what she's doing.
And thank God she laid in those slaps, because if she hadn't, it wouldn't have worked.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, is that it was, instead of trying to be a girl wrestler working each individual hard slap, it was like she's a girl that's gone off and I'm gonna fucking hit you, like that type of thing. Wah!
Like that type of thing.
There you go. Like that type of thing.
That was WWE Raw seemingly setting up the Rollins and family versus Punk and family series of matches. We'll see what happens.